Thank you. So we're going to be starting right back up here, so please go back to your seats. And if you have not already thrown away your fork, I would recommend keeping it. We're running very low on utensils. Well, I'd like to welcome Victoria Rupp to the stage for troop recognition.
I'm going to stand over here if that's okay with everybody. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Victoria Rupp, and I'm the membership executive here at the Council for Fort Hamilton. It is truly an honor to stand before you today as we gather to celebrate a remarkable milestone, the 25th anniversary of Troop 974. This is a momentous occasion, not just because of the number of years that have passed, but because of all of the incredible experiences, challenges, and successes that have shaped who you are as a troop. 25 years ago, a small group of scouts came together with a shared vision to make a difference in their community, develop skills that would last a lifetime, and live by the Scout Oath and Law. Today, we look around and see the lasting impact of that vision, whether through the friendships forged in the fires of adventure, the lessons learned on countless campouts, or the community service projects that have enriched lives of so many. Troop 974 stands as a beacon of excellence in scouting. When we reflect on the past 25 years, it's not just about the events and the badges, though those are certainly important. It's about the journey. It's about the growth experienced, not only as scouts, but as people. You've learned the value of leadership, teamwork, and service. You've faced challenges that tested your resolve, but together you've persevered. And along the way, you've made lifelong memories that will stay with you all forever. The legacy of Troop 974 is not defined by a single person or event. It is defined by each scout, each leader, each family member who has been a part of this troop over the years. Every campout, every meeting, every service project has been a stepping stone to where we are today. From the first badge earned to the Eagle Scouts who have reached the highest rank in scouting, each one of you has contributed to the history and success of this troop. Let us not forget the leaders who have given their time and energy to guide us. Whether it's the parents, the assistant scoutmasters, or the committee members, these are the people who have shaped this troop with their dedication and passion for scouting. To each one of you, thank you for your unwavering commitment to the Scouts of Troop 974. As we celebrate this 25-year milestone, look forward to the future with excitement and optimism. The journey doesn't stop here. The next 25 years will bring new scouts, new challenges, and new opportunities. You are standing on the shoulders of those who came before you, and it is now your responsibility to carry the flame forward, to continue to build on the foundation they laid. To the scouts here today, know that you are a part of something much larger than yourself. The scouting movement has been making a difference for over a century, and you are now a part of that rich tradition. The values you are learning today will guide you throughout your life, and you will continue to inspire those who come after you. Let's take this moment to celebrate, to look back on all that has been accomplished, but also look forward to the future and all the adventures yet to come. Here's to another 25 years of growth, service, and adventure. Together, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Thank you to everyone who has been a part of Troop 974, and let's make the next 25 years even more incredible than the first. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to have the key three of the troop come up, and I would like to present you with your charter.
Who's got a camera? There we go.
And I'm going to welcome Mr. Brunner to the stage for installation of officers.
Thank you. For those who don't know me, my name is Derek Brenner. I'm the Scoutmaster of 974. What we do, at least try to, twice a year, is elect new leadership. Leadership term is 6 months in our troop. That way we give all the youth a chance to rotate through leadership positions and grow. We recently elected a new senior patrol leader as well as patrol leaders a couple of weeks ago. We thought instead of doing an installation of leaders at one of our troop meetings, since this was coming up, this would be the perfect time to do so. So with that being said, could I have John Hennessy join me up here on stage, please? All scouts and adult leaders that are in uniform, please rise. Troop attention. You would grab the flag with your left hand and give the scout sign and repeat after me, please. I promise to do my best.
I promise to do my best
To be worthy of the office of Senior Patrol Leader
to be worthy of the office of Senior Patrol Leader
for the sake of my fellow scouts and my troop
for the sake of my fellow scouts and my troop
and in the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
and in the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
2.
2.
I congratulate you on being elected to this position. Realize this responsibility that you have committed to. Set the example by living out the Scout oath and law in your everyday life. Show Scout spirit in everything you say and do. You are now in charge of the troop. Lead them with a firm but gentle hand. Troop at ease.
Can I please have the patrol leaders come up? Troop attention. Give the scout sign and repeat after me, please. I promise to do my best.
I promise to do my best
To be worthy of the office of patrol leader
to be worthy of the office of patrol leader
for the sake of my fellow scouts
for the sake of my fellow scouts
in my patrolling troop
and my patrolling troop
and in the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
and in the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
2. I congratulate all of you on being elected to this position. Realize the responsibility that you have committed to and be an example to your fellow scouts. You are now in charge of your patrols. Lead them with a firm but gentle hand. I warmly welcome you to the Patrol Leaders Council. You may now be seated.
So now we're going to move on to our merit badge presentations, and I'll be calling up one by one. So for first, we have Nathan Adamako with Communication, Cycling, Emergency Preparedness, and First Aid. Next, we have Brady Barhorst with Shotgun Shooting and Wood Carving. then next we have Carson Betts. He is not on our list. Sorry about that, but you have first aid, cooking, and camping. Next, we'll have Camden Bozick with animal science, canoeing, and search and rescue. Then we have Garrett Brace with camping and communication. Next, we'll have Landon Brace with climbing. Ethan Bragg with citizenship in the community, citizenship in the nation, communication, and cooking. We have Bradley Burgess with rifle shooting. Then we'll have Liam Cathcart with archery, model design and building, and photography. And next we'll have Colin Connor with citizenship in the nation, emergency preparedness, and personal management. Then we'll have Camden Copeland with archery. John Hennessy with camping, citizenship in the society, citizenship in the nation, and personal fitness. We have Luke Huggins with camping, citizenship in the nation, communication, emergency preparedness, and personal management. We have Joseph Huss with electronics, radio, and swimming. We have Noah Junman with first aid, oceanography, signs, signals, and codes, and woodwork. Benjamin Mulheisen with citizenship in the community and swimming. Matthew Niehaus with aviation, leatherwork, search and rescue, small boat sailing, and woodwork. Matthew Ryan with leatherwork. Ashton Wells with leatherwork. Jordan Wells with environmental science. Kieran Wells with cycling. Stephen Wells with automotive maintenance, citizenship in the nation, cycling, and kayaking. And finally, Jack Zimmerman with climbing. So now we're going to move on to the rank advancement section. And first we'll have the scout rank, and when you come up, please bring a parent. Camden Copeland, Henry Darrop, Matthew Ryan, and Tyler Zimmerman.
This is the bathroom. Oh, it is the bathroom. I don't think it was the food.
If you know that you've earned a rank, you could look into your container for the pins so you can bring it up with you.
So while we got a little bit of a wall, every time one of our scouts earns a rank, they get a tie pin, rank pin, as well as a sash for the new scouts coming in our troop. Very first time they get rank, they'll get a new sash. This is a parent's pin. So they will pin that pin on the sash, and the parents will wear that, hopefully for all 7 ranks, so they make equal. So that's what we're doing now.
And next we have Tenderfoot with Brady Barhorst and Camden Copeland. Come on back up. And we have Matthew Niehaus with second class. And Camden Bozick earned the rank of first class. And for the rank of star, we have Caden Brunner, Marius Chertok, and John Hennessy. And for our Life Scout, we have Nathan Adamako.
Okay. Derek, bring me that back. Derek, need a ribbon. But they work have a ribbon. I thought you got my last one. Congratulations to all of the scouts who got all the merit badges and ranks. So next we'll be moving on to our special event or presentations. And can I have Nathan back up here to present his award? Sorry, one late addition on this is, can I have Carson and his dad up here? This is going to be for a star rank. He wasn't on the board before. I apologize for that, and we'll get that corrected and taken care of.
Hello everybody, my name is Nathan Adamako, and the award that I'll be presenting is called the Unit Leader Award of Merit. The requirement for this award is as follows. The nominee must be currently registered as a Cub Master, Scout Master, Advisor, or Skipper who has served in their position for at least 18 continuous months. 2, meet the training requirements for that registered position. 3, distribute a printed or electronic annual unit program plan and calendar to each family in the unit. 4, have a leader succession plan in place. 5, effectively use the advancement method so that at least 60% of the unit's youth have advanced at least once in the last 12 months. 6, cultivate a positive relationship with the chartered organization. And lastly, 7, project a positive image of scouting in the community. That last requirement is not one that can be simply completed by checking off a box. It is gained by someone who's willing to make an effort to be a role model for those around them. Mr. Brunner has proven time and time again that he is that role model and a positive influence. We have seen it in his leadership as a Scoutmaster, helping us in every one of our meeting events. We have seen it in the smile that he gives us whenever he greets us. We have seen it in the example that he sets, serving as an inspiration for all of us. We have seen it in the guidance that he gives us when we are lost. We have seen it in the lessons that we learn from him and the skills that he teaches us. We have seen it in the respect that we give to him and the respect that he gives back to us. And lastly, we have seen it in his undying loyalty to the troop and each member of it. He's an inspiration, a role model, a mentor, and a friend. Therefore, it is in my great honor that I can present this award to our Scoutmaster, Mr. Brenner.
If we could now have Mr. Farrar for our next special award.
Adult leaders come and go as their scouts grow through scouting. There are a few of us that stick around long after the sons age out. We affectionately refer to them as lifers. Ed Mobreda is a lifer. He has been involved in Scouts for over 30 years. With Troop 974, he was a founding member, filling the committee chair position for the first 15 years. Since then, he has served as Eagle Coordinator, helping Life Scouts earn their Eagle rank. Ed just stepped down from that position and will stay on as committee member. We can't thank him enough for all the years of service. Ed was a master at recruiting adults for different positions. I am a victim. The guidance he provided both adults and youth have been invaluable. Ed, please come forward. As a small token of our appreciation, we'd like to present this plaque for the 25 years of service.
And now we're going to move on to the rest of our special awards. First, we have the Triple Crown, being Philmont, Seabase, and the Summit Vegetable Reserve with Caden Brunner and Derek Brunner. After that, we have another Triple Crown with the Summit Vegetable Reserve, Seabase, and Northern Tier with Phil Preston and Martin Sutton. And we have yet another combination of the Triple Crown with Philmont, Seabase, and Northern Tier for Chris Brace. And next we have a Grand Slam Award for Ryan Preston and Connor Sutton with all 4 of the main high adventures being Philmont, Northern Tier, Summit Vegetable Reserve, and Seabase. And next we'll be going into our special awards from this last summer at Seabase. First up we have the Castaway Club. And that involved going to the Big Munson Island and completing various tasks and, well, having fun. And then we also have the Duty to God Award. And that is fairly typical at all of the different high adventures. You have to lead the crew in prayers, actively participate in devotionals, then either complete a crew devotional, and make a contribution, or read a selection on your trip. We also have kayaking, BSA, and you can see the requirements on the board, and it's various different things. You have to flip a kayak and then ride it up, paddle certain amounts, learn how to do different strokes, as well as knowing how to be safe on the water. We also completed snorkeling BSA requirements, which included jumping into the water, diving down to the bottom, and coming back up successfully. As we're all still here, so. We got a chance to see all kinds of different undersea wildlife and earn the reward. So if I could have Crew A come up, which includes Sam Blackburn, Garrett Brace, Colin Connor, Russell Preston, Ryan Preston, Phil Preston, Connor Sutton, and Martin Sutton. And I'm back. So next we'll have Crew B, which consisted of Carson Betts, Caden Brunner, Derek Brunner, Joseph Huss, Ben Pearson, Mark Pearson, and Jack Zimmerman. And last but certainly not least, we have Crew C, consisting of Nathan Adamako, Camden Bozick, Paul Wozick, Chris Brace, Landon Brace, Calvin Goliak, Ben Mulheisen, and Brian Neck. The 2 starred scouts were members who joined us from Chicago. So, round of applause for everyone. Let's have another round of applause for all of the awards.
So could I have Matthew Ryan join me up here on the stage, please? We've been working on this day for the last 6 months, off and on. One of the biggest things that we pushed out to the troop was a design for the patch that most of us are wearing, the ones patches we got up front. It took us a while to identify which scout actually drew the winning patch design because the name was not put on it. After endless emails and troop meetings and asking, finally today, about 1:30, his patrol mates told me that, oh, that's Matthew's design. So congratulations, Matthew, on the winning design. You get a $25 gift card to spend over here at Scout Shop.
Could I now have Mr. Ferraro for the Eagle Scout panel?
Okay, all those Eagle Scouts that I emailed and has to be on the panel, come up, bring your chair. There's some empty chairs here, but we want to create a row up front. In case you've forgotten who you were. Connor Zink, Manish, Tim Mangle, Joe House, Caleb Van Linden, still messing it up. Ryan Ritchie, Tyler Bose, Del Hussein, Chris Baku, Robbie Moser. Let's see, I know there's a few other Eagles. If you want to join us, please come on up, have a seat. While they get in position, we decided to do this since we don't get to see these guys very often, and I want them to share their wisdom with the current scouts. So I'm going to ask them a series of questions. I'll hand the mic down, and we'll see what kind of words of wisdom they have to offer. So, first question being, please give your name, age, and profession, or if you're still in school, where are you going to school? Just the first question.
I'm Caleb Van Linden. What's the next question? I'm 27 years old. Went to the University of Dayton. I was a music teacher for a while. Now I'm in administration at a high school. My name is Manish Chidambaram. I am 27 and I'm still in school.
For what?
My last year of middle school.
My name is Tyler Bose. I am 27 years old, and I work for Kroger, purchasing produce.
Hi everyone, my name is Fidel Hussein. I'm 27 years old, and I'm still in that school as well.
Hey everyone, I'm Joe House, 28. I went back to school a little late, so I still have to do. And yeah, starting my own business, picturing trees with drones. So yeah.
I'm Ryan Ritchie. I'm 27. Now I'm an assistant attorney general for the state of Tennessee.
Hello, I'm Robbie Moser. It looks like I'm the oldest and the baldest. I'm 36, and I have 2 pharmacies in Michigan.
Hey everyone, my name is Chris Shore. I'm 27 and I'm pursuing an MD PhD at Ivy School of Medicine.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Tim Handel. Sorry to lose my voice. I am just transitioned off active duty from the Navy, now in the reserves, and I'm a first officer at Delta Airlines.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm probably the youngest one here. I'm 19. I just started at Otterbein University for theater tech.
I'm Connor Zink. I'm 28, and I currently work maintenance at Rollins Academy.
My name is Ethan Gowdy. I am 22 and I'm an information technology student at the University of Cincinnati.
Hey there, I'm Will Scott. I'm 35, so second to Robbie. And I'm a software developer.
Hello, my name is Kevin Craig. I'm 34, soon to be 35. Half my background. And I went to school at Ohio University, and I now work in IT at Nationwide Children's in Columbus.
Hey everyone, I'm Trey Porter, 33. Currently, I am a process engineer with Walmart Supply Chain in Seymour, Indiana.
Hey everybody, I'm Andrew Dixon. I have a really cool short stint for half a semester at OU. I'm 27 and I'm currently a small co-owner and kitchen manager of a restaurant in Montgomery.
I'm Andrew Talarico. I'm 29 years old and I am an assembly technician at a machine shop.
Hold on. All right, what was your Eagle project and what was the most memorable outing, good or bad?
My Eagle project was revamping the fire pit at our church where the scout meetings were held, and my favorite outing was Northern Tier.
My Eagle Scout project was creating and / revamping and updating a video game entertainment room for an after-school club over at Lakota, I think. And my favorite outing, I think, was also Northern Tier.
All right, my Eagle Scout project was building a trail from a parking lot to a soccer field that never got built. And Westchester Parks. And my most memorable trip probably was when Tim and I did a trip with the OA to Philmont to build trails out there and then get a chance to backpack.
Do you still see, what's the stuff that you got now for like, the honeysuckle?
My Eagle Scout project was kind of helping refurbish for the Historical Society of Westchester an old, 150-year-old building for the cemetery out there. Just doing some of the prep work so the professionals could come in and restore it for real. And I don't know, one of my favorite trips might be cheating because it was through adventure, but probably down to the Dominican Republic to do some just work down there.
My Eagle Scout project was interesting because it was actually demoing Jacob Austin's Eagle Scout project. He's not here to defend himself. And then his was a fire pit that we had demoed and then built a new fire pit that was a little bit closer to the church, so Lakota Christian at the time. And then Karma, of course, is now a parking lot. And I'd say my favorite trip was definitely the Boundary Waters. I went up there about 3 times, once with a troop and twice with the other.
My Eagle Scout project, I built some equipment for the special education department at Vanguard Elementary School, for the school district. I have autism, so that was pretty important to me. I'm sorry, I forgot the other. Oh, memorable outings. Yes. everyone's got their favorite, the most memorable was, it was a new scout camp, but it might have been my new scout campground where the entire campsite flooded. I finished the program though, so there must have been something going right.
My Eagle Scout project was designing and building a shrine for St. Maximin of Colby Church. Favorite outing was Belmont's.
So my Eagle project was building also a fire pit and a patio to go along with it at my personal local church. And my most memorable outing was probably, I don't know if they've been back to Mammoth Cave, but you should. You should go back to Mammoth Cave.
My Eagle Scout project, I built an informational kiosk and a trail in the parking lot for a Bell County Metro Park that is now closed. Seeing a theme in some of our Eagle projects, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And I would say I was very fortunate to do all the high adventure stuff and be involved with the OA, but the first one in Northern Tier as the young guy in a senior group of degenerates will always leave a mark.
It's funny, I also built a kiosk, so a little trend here at a park. My favorite scouting event was going to the National Jamboree. This was like the first year that they built in West Virginia, and it was just so great to see all the other scouts from across the nation. And I probably the most favorite part was the patch collecting, but I think I spent maybe too much time patch collecting and not on like the other stuff, like archery, like all the other stuff. But that was one of my most memorable.
My Eagle Scout project was building 100 and something houses for West Nile virus. I think they turned into birdhouses, I think after a year or so. And then my most memorable was definitely Northern Europe. It was a good time. It was a great time.
My Eagle project, I built a veteran memorial for everyone killed in action from Fairfield and Hamilton from World War II until now. It is still standing, unlike some of these. And it's still accessible, so it's not in a shuttered park. So that, if you go to Fairfield High School, it's still there. It was 6 days before my 18th birthday, so there were some people that weren't very happy with me, but we got it done. My favorite outing was definitely Philmont. That's just an incredible place. If you haven't been there, absolutely should make a trip. Whether you're youth or leader, it's absolutely worth it. It's awesome.
All right, so I'm going to contribute to the trend here. My Eagle Scout project was, I organized a bunch of records for the Butler County Record and Archive Center about 6 months before they moved. So I did not know that at the time, but again, I kind of pushed the limits. I think that was what I got done 2 months before I turned 18 or something. It was close, but yeah, probably my favorite outing, there's two that come to mind. Marengo Caves in 2013, that was a good one. And then Senior Scout Challenge 2009. We were up close to Lake Erie, about a foot of snow on the ground, and got down to negative 10 that night. It was cold, fun. A few pictures from that outing, you just see us all kind of bundled up, and didn't have fire going because we were like, we don't even want to move. And it was fun. Young scout at the time, and it was my first senior scout. I was always stuck out to me.
My Eagle Scout project, I built a fire pit and outdoor classroom kind of area for the Islamic Center in Greater Cincinnati. My favorite outing, the high adventure stuff was awesome, of course, but there's a special spot in my heart for the new scout camp out, especially the sniper hunt. I don't know if you guys still do that.
My Eagle Scout project, we tore down and then rebuilt a road-facing sign at our church to make room for them to expand their parking lot. So we were ahead of the curve there. Mr. Ackerman helped us out a lot, taught me how to lay brick. It was an invaluable help on that project. My most memorable trip would have to be, a lot of guys have already mentioned Northern Tier, pretty memorable place. We had my dad, Mr. Taylor, and Mr. Ferraro as our adult leaders, and the boys were so excited that we didn't want to push off and get onto the water, and so we left all three adults in the last canoe. And if any of you have been in a canoe, you know that the heavier it is, the lower it sits on the water. So all these light boys are paddling away, and these three adults get into the canoe, get off the shore, and promptly sink their canoe. All the boys a quarter mile down the lake, no help to be seen. So you got these three old guys swimming their canoe back to shore. No help from the scouts, so very memorable.
My Eagle Scout project was a pergola for Union Elementary in the Lakota School District. My most memorable, I mean, of course, like everyone else said, the high adventure trips are amazing. But the trip that really sticks out to me was one of the campus. I forget what the event was, but we had like a really nice warm fire going on a really cold night. And I looked down and my pants caught on fire. I think, yeah, you're right. It was wilderness survival. So that's one that I will never forget.
My Eagle Scout project was building the tower at Lakota East High School that the marching band uses for their practices now. It's still there for now. And my favorite memory, Tyler kind of stole my story about Northern Tier, but that was a great trip. It took a lot of convincing Mr. Farmer to come with us on that trip, and we were super happy that he did. But I don't think he was there to help. He was just there to make us laugh, and he'd get a carabiner with a rope on it and clip it to the canoe in front of you, and then let them paddle away a while, and then you. So we're trying to get to the next place, and he was just there to have a good time. So.
Yeah, just to go back to the old guys in the canoe, it was windy, water was breaking over the canoe, so as soon as you saw that, now we're screwed. All right, two more questions. How much did the leadership skills you learned in scouting help you later in life? And what other skills that you learned that you found beneficial?
I'll kind of answer both at the same time. I think just learning how to talk to adults at a young age is super important. Everything you go through with your Scoutmaster conferences and your board reviews, it directly translates to interview skills later on in life and your ability to connect with people older than you. Because right now you're with people your age when you're going through scouting, but when you get out in the real world, you spend a lot of time working with people older than you. So just that ability to talk to adults is very helpful.
I think if you can embody the Scout Oath and the Scout Law, it really teaches you to, be a good person. And if you can be a good person in the troop and, embody that outside the troop, it makes it a lot easier for you to socialize, meet people, meet opportunities, and kind of, get yourself out there and, propel yourself. As long as you can embody, what Scouts teaches you, I think it can't do any wrong in the real world.
The leadership skills that you gain when you are planning an Eagle Scout project, tactical project planning, how to get stuff done, how to work with contractors, how to get permits, those skills do carry over into your adult life as well. When you're working on renovating your house or a commercial space, when you start a small business, you become invaluable to people that you're working with because you've done this before. Really helpful.
For me, the leadership skills definitely came through. The biggest one for me is the value of community and brotherhood. So being a scout leader in the troop, you have your fellow patrol leaders, assistant patrol leaders, and you work as a team. That obviously continues through in leadership positions in college and beyond, and sort of that same organizational structure. And I was one of those Eagle Scouts, like some of the other ones that we mentioned, where I got my Eagle right before I turned 18, and wouldn't have happened without a lot of my brothers in scouting. So the value of that is something that I'm never going to forget.
Yeah, I'd have to say serving leadership. I mean, that's one of the biggest lessons, leadership lessons I learned. I had multiple leadership roles as an adult, and now I have my own business. It's, just as your boss, you still have to do, stuff you don't have to do. And, you have to, just take care of the people beneath you, and people just, it's interesting. And probably the biggest lesson from Scouts is, just room to fail. Scouts take a room to fail and learn, and not be scared to fail. kind of how I ended up doing a lot in life. If you wanted more on that, ask me, ask Tony, ask Ed LeBray. They'll feel different. I've done a little bit of everything. It's just, I'm not scared to fail, try new things. It's not scared for that.
I definitely think, not to have two in a row here, but servant leadership is a huge thing, and I use that. I was 6 years in the Corps and had a lot of guys under me by the time I was getting out, and it's a lot of when you ask someone to do something, they're a lot more willing to do it when they've seen you go do it, and when just because you're outranking someone or you've been there longer than someone doesn't mean that you don't have to do the stuff that is boring or hard to do, or with Scouts, of course, you got the stuff that's messy and something you guys do, but you got to do that stuff sometimes. So, and I use that a lot in my job now. I've got people under me, and I don't ask them to do anything that I'm not willing to do, and I show them that. And I think our work team is a lot more effective because of that.
I think most people touch on some of the things I was going to say, definitely from the communication point, but also perseverance and not being afraid to fail. Definitely.
Scouting taught me that leadership is not in your genetics. It's something that you can truly learn to do and to get better at. Scouting is an environment, at least my experience, and I think many others will attest to this, where you can try to be a leader. You can try to learn new things. And I just encourage the Scouts in our group now, hey, just go ahead and try for that position. Go put your name in the hat. This is the lowest stake time to actually try and do something. And you have your friends around you, you have your Scoutmasters and your Scout leaders. This is just the greatest time to learn those skills now. And it just pays off so much in the future. You gain confidence in yourself, and you start to develop skills that are just so useful later on in life. And I will just say that Scouting for me has offered mentorship opportunities, and also the leadership from the adults, a safe place to grow and become a young man into an adult. So
there's a statement I heard during my time in the Order of the Arrow that says, "He who serves his fellow brothers is of all his fellows greatest." And I think that really echoes the servant leadership piece, and it's something I took in the military. Regardless of the circumstances, the best and worst of times, if I could take care of my sailors and men and women that I worked with, mentally, emotionally, physically, I knew they were going to keep the helicopter flying and we were going to get the job done. And I think that goes to the troop level, as a patrol leader, senior patrol leader, whatever the case may be. Watching out for your people and giving them the tools that they need to succeed is going to get you places, and it's certainly something that's led me to where I am and the success that I've found in life.
Most of you have said most of the things that I wanted to hit on for leadership, but the most important thing is to remember that you're never done learning. There's always a new leadership skill that you can learn, whether that's at NYLT, whether that's at a job, in college, in school, NYLT staff, camp staff, internships, whatever. There is always a new leadership skill to learn and a new way to do things. Don't get locked in a box of where you have to do it this way. And learn how to write emails professionally. It's invaluable.
I'm not sure if there's a whole lot I can add. A couple of things I learned from the Scouts leadership. The importance of integrity and trustworthiness. It's amazing how far, being trustworthy can get you, and being able to honor your agreements and your promises. It does a lot for you.
The biggest thing scouting did for me was that it taught me a lot about collaboration, socialization, sharing responsibility. I was a very solitary person before I joined the troop, and it was a perfect environment to kind of grow into working with other people from that.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot I can add that hasn't already been said with developing skills and servant leadership. One thing, as you get older, your scouting skills kind of sort of drift further away from you, but you have these moments in your life when they just pop up. It's random, like going on a hike with the dogs and the wife, and you just know what to pack. You know how to be prepared. You know how to handle situations, and you have the skills that kind of prepare you for life. So it's hard for me to drill down on one level, but I think as an overall skill building organization, there's nothing quite like it.
I think Scouts kind of teaches you to make the best of a bad situation. I know we've all been on a camp out or two that it was either a little too cold or a little too stormy, or you got one too many buck fights, or you get them all at once, and it's just the worst. Wet socks are awful. Just top 10 worst things in the world. And so being able to, especially as an adult, you gotta go to work every day, you gotta go to meetings, and that could have been an email, and just being able to surround yourself with good people, friends, family, people you enjoy being around, can kind of make the worst of a situation just a little bit better. Just being able to, I don't know, kind of persevere might be a word for that, but yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot of great things said. So some of the ones that stick out to me that are just skills that I learned here in the troop. Just being able to talk in front of people confidently. Being able to, on a whim, stand in front of a large audience and confidently talk about whatever your subject is. And the other one that I think I learned a lot as a youth was learning how to delegate. That's often a hard skill to learn, especially when you spend a lot of time trying to become excellent at doing anything. You always think you can do it easier, but really to keep the team moving forward, learning to delegate is a really hard skill to learn. I can remember what stands out in my mind as a Peter Lewin showing up at 30 minutes before sunset, trying to get the entire campsite set up and a giant gateway lashed together that looks like the Voice of America building. And doing that until midnight, but being able to delegate and get everyone on task was a huge skill.
I don't know what he said about confidence. I'm still pretty nervous up here. The biggest lesson I think I've taken away from the Scouts over the years, and even through my years in the troop, and like OA and my LC experiences, is to never underestimate the value that proper, earnest, honest communication can get you, either as a tool for conflict resolution or as just forming bonds with people, or pretty much anything you do in life. I think that's the biggest impact that Scouts has brought to my life, outside of all the leadership experience and skills that my fellow birders up here talked about. But I've always been a very big fan of all the lessons I learned about communications.
Communication, being prepared, perseverance, those are all skills that I've learned in scouting and I'm still working on. Skills I use in my everyday life that I'm extremely thankful for. Maybe not my everyday life, but camping trips and whatnot, are being able to pitch a tent, being able to pack that tent back up, and one that I am super thankful for that I've developed is being able to stuff a sleeping bag into a compression sack. It was so difficult, but I've got it down now.
Last two questions. What experience do you wish every Scout could have? And was the work needed to achieve Eagle rank worth the effort?
To start off with, is Eagle worth it? Absolutely. The job I have now, I got it. I interview well thanks to the skills that I've developed in scouting. But when I mentioned that I was an Eagle Scout, the owners of the company that I work for are also Eagle Scouts. So that was a big help. And what was the other part of the question, Mr. Farr?
What experience do you wish every Scout could have?
I hope that they make a lot of friends, go on a lot of camping trips. If Merit Badge Challenge is still a thing, do that all the time, really study, and get as many Merit Badges as you can, stuff that you enjoy, and go on as many high adventure bases as you can.
experiences. I wish you guys would have. There's not really a lot better, I think, at this point in my life, like at this age. Coming here, I haven't seen a bunch of these guys in like 10 years. And just in the first 30 seconds, being able to hang out with everyone again like it's been 10 years ago, like it's crazy. Like you guys just being able to get to know each other, like even if you don't go to the same school, you're not going to see each other every day. Just, those relationships that you form and stay with you forever, they're very special. So I hope you guys get to experience that later on in your life too. As far as Eagle Scout being worth it, it's absolutely. I didn't do a whole lot in high school. Like I wasn't part of any sports team or I didn't do any clubs or whatever. So I don't know if it directly translates, but whenever I get to tell someone that I'm an Eagle Scout, and I think all the experiences and the things I did that led me there, and all the like knowledge I have that gets backed up. Whenever I bring it up, I just feel like a better person, like I'm on better ground than I was before I started talking about it. So it really holds right out of your life.
So an experience I wish everyone would be able to have is being on one of those outings or in one of those situations where you don't think you're going to get through it, but then through the own strength that you have, that you're able to kind of muster up, you make it through that camp out, that outing, that hike, that trip, whatever it might be. Because then you kind of start to realize, you know, doing that over and over again, you realize there really is nothing that you can't conquer. And then whether or not being an Eagle Scout is worth it, 100%. I think everyone up here would agree. But for me personally, so I went to a small engineering school out in Terre Haute, Indiana, and I think I didn't have the GPA to get into there, didn't have some of the prereqs to get into there, but on my application I had Eagle Scout, and there were the high density Eagle Scouts there, and I think they specifically look for those type of people because in a challenging environment, they know those are the ones that are going to succeed. And that was something that school was proud of, is their success rate, their placement rate, and how successful their graduates were.
I would definitely say the journey to Eagle was definitely worth all the effort. You know, if anything, it helps, you know, when your first couple jobs out of, you know, schooling, whether it be high school or college, it really helps and gives you a good starting talking point with that when you don't have a lot of actual work experience. And beyond that, I wish every scout had more of an opportunity to go to like the big kind of national level stuff, or like, you know, outside of, you know, like your home state. Just being able to meet different people from different areas with different backgrounds and different, just kind of from all over can kind of help not only as, you know, scouts, but just kind of society in general, just with an open heart, open mind, to learn more about a complete stranger. And I think that would help really everyone as a whole kind of grow up.
Eagle Scout is absolutely worth it. Sometimes it takes a little bit of encouragement from your parents to get across the finish line, speaking from experience. Which thank you, Mom and Dad. And but it's something that it's a brotherhood. There's something that we all have in common that we can all identify with, and not just because we're from the same troop. And half these guys, I'm like, I don't know who these guys are. But we share this commonality that we achieved the rank of Eagle and what that means and what that took to get there. And then echoing on what Terry's talking about, experiences, those high adventure-based experiences where you're almost, you're in tough situations that you got to figure out. You're in the middle of nowhere, and it's kind of scary. You're not sure how you're gonna if you're gonna make it or not. Or like, not to be bleak, but it puts you in situations that are, I think, healthy for a boy to grow, and it's good. It's a good thing to experience at that level.
Building off of what's been said by previous speakers, it's absolutely worth it because it's, at the age that you go through it is one of the most significant experiences you can have in your life. It's a combination social fraternity, training program, just The biggest benefit I got out of it is that from that early an age, I was learning to do things somewhat independently. But there's people to fall back on if you can't handle it in that moment. But just, I don't know if a lot of other people have the opportunity to try it for them, to try things of that nature for themselves at that young age.
I definitely believe that Eagle Scouts, it was worth it. Doesn't mean it was easy. It was very hard a lot of the time. But in that is the answer to the second question. I believe Eagle Scout is something every Scout should at least make the attempt for. It is it's the moment where all these leadership lessons that you've been learning about and seeing more in theory finally gets put into practice. Remember going through my own Eagle Scout project, almost 2 years I was in the planning phase of it before it even got off the ground. And within that planning phase, we had to design it. I had to speak to all sorts of different people just to get the materials lined up for it. And I didn't know any of this. This was the first time I had to deal with anything like that before. I was grasping around in the dark, but it's the moment where all this stuff you learn gets put to the test, and it's worth it in the end, in spite of all the hardships you have to go through. So I believe Eagle Scout is something that every Scout should make an honest attempt at.
A lot of you look like you're zoning out. Oh, look, hey, there's the faces. All right, so is Eagle worth it? Yes, Eagle is worth it. With the project, all the work, it's all worth it because when you're younger and you're having fun, all fun and dandy, you're learning the leadership. Sometimes that can put you in a sort of like, I have to do this mindset. The Eagle Project gets you out of it. The Eagle Project is a step back of how things happen in the background to make things down the line happen. And that's a new experience. So even if you're just going to get the Eagle Project done, still go for your Eagle, still make for an attempt at it. It is worth it in the long run, no matter what you do. As for an experience I think you should all have, just have fun. Scouting is a safe place to fail. Try everything. Literally try everything. Go on as many campouts as you can, go to as many meetings as you can, all the outings, as many merit badges, whatever. It's your adventure. Scouting is a safe place to fail. Try it all.
I think the first lesson I learned was probably Robbie and Dan teaching me how to build a fire, and anything worth doing is worth doing right and not rushing to failure. And I think that applies to your Eagle Scout as well. There's been a shift towards making it as early as you can, and I think it's about the journey and taking all those opportunities to grow. And I guess I'll take a little bit different stance on it here. My hope for you is that you continue to have the incredible leadership and the adult support within the troop that I was fortunate to have. It really changed my life and set me on a trajectory that I'm on now. So the Tony Ferraras, the Ed Mabredas, the Mike Merrick, and then all the committee members that make it all possible, that we never see what goes on in the back room, but provide the opportunities for us, Mr. Schmidt, the Scotts, to name a few. It really is lifeblood what keeps us going and provides those opportunities. So I hope you continue to have that and show that appreciation because they do so much for you.
First question. One thing that I hope that every Scout experiences and learns about is the importance of separating clean laundry from dirty laundry when you're on your campouts. Because I did not realize this until I was probably a first-class Scout, and I would come home with a bag full of dirty laundry, hand it to my grandma, hand it to my parents. You know parents, you know what this is, and it stinks. So just, hey, Scouts, just keep it separated, keep the dirty stuff with the clean stuff, and smell good. Just respect your friends and your family too. So that's one thing I would encourage everyone to experience at one point. And then going on to the Eagle mission. Is it worth it to get handed an Eagle badge? No. Is it worth it to work towards an Eagle badge? Yes. For me and many others, it's not about the actual step of, oh, I'm an Eagle Scout now. Like, oh, I have this shiny patch. Like, oh, I can be part of this club. No. For me, it's not any of that. It's the process, not the journey. Maybe it was Ed that told me that, but during my scouting career, but I think I went into scouts thinking, oh, I'm just gonna check boxes. Okay, next rank. But the older and older I got, the more I got integrated with the troop and started to realize what scouting means and truly means. It's not about the achievements. It's about the journey and the hard work that you put in. It's something that you look back on and you say, dang it, I'm proud of myself because I worked hard for that. Dang it, look at me, I led that group of ragtag, teenagers in doing a project that's helping someone else and service to others, and that's the most important thing. So is Eagle Scout worth it? It is if you make the work, if you do and provide to others, and if it comes from you. It's not about just that milestone or that one moment in time when you do get that badge. So
I would say that.
Yeah, I think everything that's been said, it's absolutely worth it. And scouting is something that you get out what you put in, and the more that you do, the more you're going to get out of it. So do every event that you can. I know, especially if you guys are going into high school, there's sports or marching band that gets in the way, and I was there, and I know it's tough, but you get so much out of scouting, and it really impacts you in ways that you probably don't see now, but you'll come to see later. And it's Eagles. I was always told it's the one thing you can do in your youth that you can keep on your resume forever. And I'm 10 years removed from it. I've still got it on my resume. I'm in my first career job, and I've got some experience. I've got the degrees and everything, and still the first question I was asked in my interview was, tell me about your Eagle project. I really think that's something that it's, even though my boss was not an Eagle, it was something that stood out to him enough to ask me about it as the very first thing he asked me in my interview. And it's something that will stick with you forever. Whether your project continues to stand or whether it's someone else's Eagle project to tear it down, it's earning it in the process that you put in is absolutely worth it. So I would definitely say get as much out of the Scouts as you can. Take advantage of these opportunities, these great leaders that you have. Try not to put more gray hairs on their heads. Some have more than others, and I'm sure I'm responsible for some of those as well. But it's absolutely worth it, and it's making memories that you'll never forget.
1 million times over, yes, Eagles are worth it. That is the single best thing that's ever happened to me. Scouting is, I want to train for the world. Maybe who I am. Put a lot of good lessons through it. I value Eagle over, Purdue degree, everything I've done, and it's always helped me in anything I've, done. Whether it's firefighter agency, I usually came up, LCU was one of the first things they asked about. I can't and then you can get into college. I should never have gotten into Purdue. I will say that I had 2.5 in high school and a 3.8 community college GPA. I should have never gotten into that school, but somehow I did, and I really think it was the Eagle Scouts that kind of put me over the edge. And even in the military, I'm in the National Guard now. Eagle Scouts helped me out there immensely. Even just getting into the military hooks you up a few extra ranks, a few enlists. It is seriously one of the single best things you can do in your youth. As far as every opportunity a scout should have, I'm going to say this fail. Seriously, don't be afraid to fail. This is the easiest time to fail. And I know several guys have talked on already, but yeah, don't be afraid. Give it a try. What's going to happen? Just try something else. Try it again. So that's my 2 cents.
For me, what I think every scout should have the opportunity to go through, it's not necessarily a rant, it's not necessarily an outing, but just a moment of struggle with the people around you. I think those are the moments where you really grow the most and learn the most. For me, there was one in particular that sticks out. We were on Belmont. We were going somewhere. We kind of got lost. We didn't know where we were going, how to get there. We sort of had to put our heads together and do the whole orienteering thing by ourselves. And it turned out we learned a lot. We did get it at each other's heads a little bit, but we kind of grew in that moment, grew together. And that to me is really powerful. So that's something that I hope every scout goes through in some sense. And then was Eagle Scout worth it? 100% for me. Internally, just the sense of accomplishment that comes from doing that. And for me, it was a scary thing. It was, I don't know how to get started on this project, I don't know who to rely on. And then there were people around me that helped me complete it. And now when I'm going through something that I don't think I can get through, those are the moments that I go back to. It's like, hey, I was 17 years old, didn't really know what I was doing, and I got that done. So what's going to stop me from doing anything that I want to now? So yeah, internally, Eagle Scout is 100% worth it in that sense. Externally, I haven't had a ton of the sort of direct moments that you guys are talking about where like, your boss has Eagle and you bond over it. But for me, I think there's even people who are outside of scouting understand the weight that comes with the Eagle Scout rank. We all know the Scout law word for word. They don't, but they understand those qualities that come with being an Eagle Scout. And I think that goes a very long way. We talked about integrity before, trustworthiness, all those things, dependability. People understand that about Eagle Scouts. So when you have it on your resume and say, I'm an Eagle Scout, and they read that, they understand that, and I think that goes a very long way.
Yeah, exactly what you just said. But the Eagle Scout is far away worth it. It's worth the time, worth the energy. It is something that sets you apart from your peers. Nathan earned his life badge or life rank for this meeting. He is the closest to taking that next step to Eagle. If you stay at life, I don't mean to sound scary, but after you get out, they call it life for life. And kids who get that far but didn't get Eagle, they regret it for the rest of their lives. If you get Eagle, you have that sense of accomplishment, and you've got that brotherhood of people who remember, know that about you, respect that. It's something that you will regret not doing if you choose not to finish. My little brother will say that for me. But, and then it's something I hope you all get to experience. My first summer camp, I didn't earn a single merit badge. We were at Chief Logan Scout Reservation at Brownsea Island, and they had a fire building course there, and I spent 7 days just on my hands and knees building fires over and over. Passionate about it, very interested in it, and to this day, of my friends, like, I can build a fire. No snap. One match, you can count on me, there will be a fire. And I want you, as young people, to explore that thing you're passionate about. Take that time, dive into it deep. You've got these summers that you won't have when you grow up to really explore something you're passionate about, whether it's coding, automotive maintenance, or building lots of fires. Dive into that, focus on that. Don't let anything distract you, and learn some new skills. It's going to work for the rest of your life.
I don't really know what I can add on top of what everyone said, but is Eagle worth it? 100%. Scouts was probably one of the best decisions my parents made for me. It's the truth. So I'm just saying, keep at it. Make sure you're learning. Make sure you're struggling. I can only repeat what everyone else said. I got my first real job because of my Eagle Scout rank. It was a hospital consulting job. It was straight out of college with a medical science degree. Nothing even close to hospital consulting, but the Eagle Scout rank was the reason I got that job. And what should you get out of scouting? I think I've already kind of said everything, but just keep at it. Make sure you're learning. Make sure you're making friends. I'm still really tight friends with my scouting friends. They're all sitting right here. We still talk once a month at least, so it's a real blessing.
Who
else is thinking about cake right now. I'll keep this brief. There's one thing you take away. I say try and get your triple crown, go as many trips as you can, build those friendships, and try and keep those friends after scouting as best you can. Is Eagle worth it? 100% yes. The skills you use in life, the rest of your career, you'll always be able to trace those back to scouting. So I'm echoing what everyone else said. It's just, we're all so grateful for scouting and the impact it had on us.
Gentlemen, I thank you very much for your input. One thing I want to share is you guys talk about, how we may have impacted you, but, excuse me, choking up a little bit, but it impacts us just as much. A bunch of us have been here a long time, seen a lot of guys go through, the plaques are behind you, and we wouldn't do it if we didn't love it, and if we didn't see and know the impact it had on you, it has impact on us as well. So thank you very much. Let's see, Mr. Brenner, if you want to do Scoutmaster a minute, and we can get this guy some cake.
So those of you non-scouters in here, and those of you who have been around scouting a while, we usually close out every one of our meetings with Scoutmaster Minute. Usually it's some type of leadership quote. I found a bunch from Scout BSA. I've taken them from Baden-Powell. I've taken them from other inspirational leaders from over the years. Something that ties back to what we do on a daily basis. So that being said, I got a couple all from Robert Baden-Powell, and we'll get back to getting some cake. No one passes through life any more than they can pass through a bit of country without leaving tracks behind. And those tracks may often be helpful to those coming after him in finding their way. When you want a thing done, don't do it yourself is a good motto for Scoutmasters. Be prepared. The meaning of the motto is that a scout must prepare himself by previous thinking out and practicing how to act on any accident or emergency so that he is never taken by surprise. That's Scoutmaster Minute.
Do it. Well, that's everything. So we'll have Mr. Copeland for benediction, and then we'll have closing flags. And again, thank you everybody for coming, and congratulations to everyone who got an award tonight.
Let's pray. For this day, we indeed are grateful for life itself, for the call to be better than what we are now, and for the journey that Scouting provides for all of us as we look into the future and grow deep in the traits and character that Scouting presents. Hear our prayers, O God, to bring us along, to give us a vision of hope for the future, ours and our world, as we make a difference. Use us. In the name of the Almighty, amen.
Don't forget to have the Penguins for closing flags. Troop attention. Audience, please rise. Color guard forward march. Color guard, prepare to lower the colors. Lower the colors. Scout hand salute. If not in uniform, please place your right hand over your heart. Color guard, return to ranks. Color guard halt. 2. Color guard dismissed. Troop at ease. And yeah, go get cake. Looks like they have it already up there for you.